Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn about Pastor Partner. It's a program that I believe can have huge benefits for God's church. When we think about churches today, about 80% of them in America are solo pastored. Also, about 80% of the churches in America are either stagnant or declining. And I believe that those two are very closely related. When we look at the churches where we see growth, we see church plants, new starts, and we see larger mega churches. And I believe that the reason why the churches in between are either stagnant or declining leads to the core problem that Pastor Partners seeks to prevent, and that is pastor burnout and pastor fatigue. The pastor of a solo pastored church is on 24/7, it's only them, and they can only do so much. So when a solo pastored church gets to a certain size and it becomes institutionalized, the solo pastor doesn't have the time, the energy, or the support to truly reach out and connect with those they're supposed to be pastoring. Instead, most of their time is spent on budgets or buildings or with different types of organization within the structure rather than the actual preaching and connecting. We've all seen it, churches that have budgets that are behind until right at the end, maybe they get caught up or maybe they fall a little short. In either case, the leadership of the church has a very difficult time seeing how they can expand beyond where they are now to get an associate pastor, whether part-time or full-time, to help take the load off their solo pastor, to actually connect with people and to get that church to grow and be vibrant again. We also have a great resource out there with retired pastors. With the generations that are retiring now, we have retired pastors that themselves were ill-prepared for retirement. They don't want to be on 24/7 and have to have that commitment when they were a solo pastor or a senior pastor, but they still want to serve God. Now, if we can connect the solo pastors with this great resource of retired pastors who are looking to still have a flexible work schedule, serve God, and have some income, we can now find a relationship that helps these solo pastors by actually shouldering some of the burden, some of the load that allows them to connect and to bring their church back to vibrancy. People love to be part of a project. They love to be connected to something that they can see benefits from. That's a short-term project that they know there's an end and they can see when it's done and how well it worked. One of the great things about Pastor Partner is that it's a project. It's project funded. Instead of a leadership team or a consistory having to worry about calling an associate pastor and worry about making the payments to them and making sure that they're not having to let that pastor go after a short period of time, this is an agreement for 6 months or a year with a retired pastor with a tremendous amount of experience and knowledge that can come in and can take on this role. The Pastor Partner is designed to get the solo pastor help right now and then show to the church that they can have the faith to step out and to grow that church. That additional pastoral help is needed to help grow that church. We have developed the framework to create this matching website. You think of a website like Craigslist or eHarmony or Match.com, really they are matching two people that have something in common. And that's what we're talking about doing here, is being able to match a solo pastored church with a retired pastor looking to have additional work in that geographical area and teaching them how to go to the congregation, get project funding, and teaching them how to work together to grow that church, to get it unstuck. I believe that Pastor Partners has the ability to revitalize God's church by revitalizing the solo pastor one church at a time. We are looking for people who can catch the vision of Pastor Partner and help us get it funded so that we can start to make a big difference for God's church. If you're interested, please contact me, and thank you for watching this video.